The 7th edition of the Generali CE Cup, an international football tournament for under-19 clubs, was once again hosted in Prague. The matches of the biggest tournament for Central and Eastern European teams were played in several stadiums of the Czech capital, during which spectators as well as agents and scouts were able to view the talent and skills of young football hopefuls, not just from Europe, but also Canada.
Je to akce, která se narodila 7 let zpátky a inspirace jsme vyčerpali italský turnaj ve Viareggio, takže jsme to chtěli dělat něco tady i v Praze, prostě v celkem střední a východní Evropě a potom pomalu ten turnaj rostlo.
As always, AC Sparta Praha and SK Slavia Praha represented the Czech Republic. Veterans FK Sarajevo, FC Academy Pandev, and FC Gjor also returned to participate in the tournament. In addition, this year saw 3 clubs from England: Burnley, Leicester City, and Everton. Joining the ranks were also FC Nitra from neighboring Slovakia, the formidable Altinordo from Turkey, the Romanians of Academia Sport Team, and the Canadians of the ProStar FC team. The clubs were divided into 4 groups with 3 participants in each. AC Sparta Praha, Burnley FC, and ProStars FC made up Group A. The opening match saw the newcomers from England, Burnley FC, face off against the winners of the last 2 editions, Sparta Praha. While Sparta was in control of the game and created many chances, the newcomers were successful in shutting out last year's champions. The real shocker of the match, though, came 50 minutes before the end when, in a rare chance, Burnley striker Fowler managed to elude Sparta's defense and comfortably snap the football past the goalie, Kotka. 1-0 for Burnley, and that was the end result. Sparta's surprise defeat made it harder for them to reach the semifinals. The Czechs did their best by winning their second match against ProStars with a 10-0 victory, but Burnley's own win 3-1 against the Canadians allowed the English to clinch a spot in the semi-final and continue on the road to Ďolíček. Everton FC, FC Academy Pandev, and 2-time tournament winners Eto Gjor were pitted against each other in Group B. The first match between Everton and Academy Pandev ended in a tie with no goals. The second match saw Pandev and Gjor fight an exciting battle, but the end result was a tie with both teams scoring 2 goals each. In the end, the match between Gjor and Everton decided the winner of the group. The English made their intentions clear from the start, scoring the fastest goal in the tournament, and when all was said and done, the Hungarians had conceded 6 goals. Just like Burnley, Everton reached the semi-final, though on the other side of the bracket. Group C saw longtime participant FK Sarajevo paired up with Leicester FC and FC Nitra. Leicester played Nitra in the opening match of the group. The fierce struggle between the two ended with a marginal victory for the English. The only goal of the match was scored by Leicester captain, George Heaven, who also got the first red card of the tournament. In the second match, Nitra played Sarajevo. After their opening game defeat, the Slovaks needed a win against the Bosnians in order to keep their hopes alive. However, it was Sarajevo who came closer to victory after they were awarded a penalty, but the chance was missed and the match ended without any goals. At this point, Sarajevo needed a victory against Leicester to continue on the road to Ďolíček. The Bosnians put on a much better performance this time around, though Lady Luck was ultimately also complicit in their win by 2-1, which saw them celebrate access to the semi-final against Everton. The second Czech representative, SK Slavia Praha, played in Group D against Academia Sports Team and the Turkish Altinordo FK. Slavia's opening match was truly spectacular for them as they went on to defeat the Romanians 6-0. The second favorite of the group, Altinordo FK, also beat Academia Sports Team with the same result. Thus, the seemingly evenly matched Slavia and Altinordo played the decisive game. Though Slavia dominated most of it, luck just was not on their side, and in the end the Turkish were more effective in realizing the chances created. Their 3-1 win allowed them to advance to the semi-final, where Burnley awaited them. On the day off between the end of the group stage and the semifinals, an LF scouting seminar was titled Secrets and Strategies for Scouts and Football Officials, while the players were able to enjoy a day of leisure, which ended with an evening gala for all participants at the Hotel International. The semi-finals paired Burnley FC with Altinordo FK and Everton FC with FK Sarajevo. The first semi-final saw the teams responsible for eliminating the two Czech clubs go head-to-head. Burnley's organized approach allowed them to control the match and at the 9th minute find a goal. Though satisfied with his players' performance, Burnley's coach still decided to change the lineup, after which the English youngsters seemed more interested in defending their one-goal lead rather than scoring more. Altinordo tried hard to find the goal and went close to it with Pecker at the 64th minute. 2 minutes later, a free kick just outside Burnley's box was beautifully taken by Gormes, the ball curling directly into the top right-hand corner for the tying goal. Though the English failed to maintain their one-goal lead, they were ultimately successful in the ensuing penalty shootout. Altinordo's first defeat in the tournament was a bitter one, as they had to abandon the road to Ďolíček. The second semi-final pitted Everton against Sarajevo. The English attacked aggressively from the start, destroying Sarajevo's defense, and once the dust settled, Everton won with a score of 6-0. The talented striker Sims, who eventually went on to claim the top goal scorer trophy of the tournament, scored 2 of the game's goals. This 6-goal win was the second one in a row for Everton, who showed they truly deserved to continue on the road to Ďolíček for the final against Burnley. The Bosnians, on the other hand, had to be content with vying for a possible third-place spot in the match against Turkish Altinordo. The Turkish team appeared more intent on winning the bronze medal, taking the lead 4 minutes into the match. However, the second half saw Sarajevo get back into the game after a penalty gave them the chance to tie things up. The Turkish youngsters reacted quickly, though, and 9 minutes later they retook the lead with Ayıldız, who skipped the keeper and put the ball into the empty goal. Thus, the Turks claimed the third place. But given their ambitions at the start of the tournament, the result was definitely a great disappointment. The battle for the 5th place was fought between the two Czech teams, Sparta and Slavia. Though playing with caution, Sparta still clearly won the derby with 3-0. But the final 5th place was still a great disappointment, seeing as they had won the previous 2 editions. Slavia, given the performance in their previous match, were also left with a bitter taste as they walked away with the 6th place. Burnley and Everton both spent the day before the final on their own. Burnley's coach, Danny Cadamarteri, opted to continue the training regimen followed since the start of the tournament. The coach's story is as interesting as Burnley's fairy tale march to Ďolíček, as reaching the final against Everton saw him achieve his greatest career success.
Everton, as everybody probably knows, is the club where I started my career, and the largest part of my success is also being in their shoes as a young lad coming through. I played in tournaments 22 years ago now for Everton abroad. And I've got a fantastic opportunity to lead, obviously, our group into a tournament in the final against Everton. So it is a little bit special for me personally, but I treat every game, and I ask the lads to try and treat every game as though it doesn't matter who the opposition is. We want to go and win.
The Nigerian, Richard Taylor, who just a few months ago was offered his first career contract, also stood out in the final.
From a young age I've been playing football, but I found it really hard. But I worked with a couple of people to get me into the academies and that. But I tried for such a long time, it didn't work. But luckily Burnley took me in a few months back. Went on trial with them for a few months. Luckily I got in, offered me a scholarship.
Everton, on the other hand, chose another tactic by taking a day off to rest and recuperate their strength. The players were able to go sightseeing and admire all the beauty of Prague. Everton veteran Jordan Cork, who's been with the club since the age of 7, was also admired in the tournament.
Been there since 7, it's a long time, and been a lot of ups and downs, but just glad to come through it now and in the under-18, so yeah, I'm really enjoying it, yeah. Burnley are a decent side, but we definitely think we can beat them, and we just got to go into it with confidence and prepare well, and should get the win, yeah, and bring the trophy home.
Finále Generali CE Cup 2017 se koná po pátý v stadionu Ďolíčku. Spolupráce s klubem Bohemians 1905 si velmi vážíme. Doufáme, že finále přiláká velký počet fanoušků a těšíme se na souboj anglických týmů.
Praha 10 v podstatě podporuje všechny druhy sportů a jakýkoliv mezinárodní a konkrétně mládežnický turnaje jsou pro městskou část hodně důležitý.
Part of the final day was the traditional Children's Day, which was held in collaboration with Living Solution. Children were able to try out their football skills in several situations and enjoy the thrill of playing on the pitch at Ďolíček Stadium.
Jsme rádi, že jsme se stali partnery Living Solution Kids Day v rámci turnaje CE Cup. Bylo zde hodně dětí a podle jejich reakcí si myslím, že se jim to velmi líbilo.
Je to dobrý a sranda a dobrý je, že tady mají i svačiny a tak dále, takže je to libový.
Bylo to i fajn, hráli jsme si fotbal, něco jsme vyzkoušeli, jako nějaké cvičení.
The final duel between Burnley and Everton was an all-English one. Despite the absence of a Czech team, the final attracted a lot of fans to Ďolíček. The entire tournament also has a charity aspect, as explained by UNICEF's Pavla Gomba.
Jsme rádi, že vlastně i v Česku díky CE Cupu můžeme v spojení UNICEF a fotbal rozvíjet. Vlastně ten výtěžek bude použit na velmi konkrétní věc a to jsou kozy, které slouží vlastně jako zajištění takové trvalé obživy pro ty nejchudší rodiny, pro sirotky.
Jan Thompson, the British ambassador to the Czech Republic, had the honor of kicking off the match.
I think British football is in great shape and I'm really proud that British teams were playing in this cup and that there are 2 British teams in the final. It's fantastic.
Everton took control of the final from the first minute, maintaining ball possession throughout and creating most of the chances, eventually scoring 2 goals. The first one came on the heel of a long ball into Burnley's area, where Sims' header pass opened up the way for Warren's powerful low-cut shot towards the far right of the goal. 2 minutes later, Sims scored the second goal after squeezing between 2 Burnley defenders and delivering a beautiful shot. Everton truly dominated the first half, never really allowing their opponents to cause any harm. The second half saw Burnley react, and 15 minutes to the end of the match they found a goal, scored by Fowler on the heel of a free kick, which renewed their hopes. The goal held even more significance in that it was the only goal Everton had conceded throughout the tournament. However, Burnley's hopes faded fast, as it took Everton no more than 2 minutes to score their third and final goal of the match, when Gordon got away from a couple of defenders and served an assist to Warren, whose shot was deflected by a Burnley defender, leaving Bruce no chance of stopping it. Despite their apparent effort to get back into the game, the Burnley youngsters were unable to create any more chances to score. The week-long marathon and matches of the biggest under-19 tournament in Central Europe ended with the Everton youths being crowned champions, closing their debut in the tournament with an impressive score of 15 goals for and 1 against. Agents, scouts, and spectators in the stadium were able to see young talents such as Ellis Sims, the tournament's top goal scorer with a total of 6, the creative plays of Anthony Gordon, as well as an incredible defense that allowed only 1 goal in 4 games.
Účast anglických týmů znovu ukázala velikou kvalitu tohoto turnaje. Sparta a Slavia se ani nedostali závěreční 4, což svědčí o kvalitě mezinárodních týmů. Myslím si, že dalším skvělým týmem, který tady byl a prezentoval se velice dobrou hrou, byli Altinordu, turecký vlastně mistr dorostenecké kategorie. Bylo opravdu na co se koukat.
The 7th edition of the Generali CE Cup was a great success, and we look forward to seeing you again on the road to Ďolíček in 2018.